So that's what's happening next few days. And then, of course, Friday, the aim is Friday. You're out of Darren, we're working on it. So that's happening Friday. If you can get down to that attraction, so big week for the Monday. After that, here's another one. I don't think I've got enough to do but we will stop for a day or two and get to that. So just want to let you know how things are going at the moment. We're working on quite happily with people who have this as well. I've got to give a bit of going over just to motor system, and once the week looks out all the electric things are working as well. So, yeah, it's been very great. We have outside lights on the thing now. We've got inside lights. We've got inside heat. Well, I'll tell you that. Oh, speaking of that, wonderful to catch up with some of the old stuff. I had no idea that there was an absolute drag race. The first round of the drag race happened then. I mean, it was an amazing drag race. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. Well, I'll figure that out. Hang on, I'll take it inside. Quite possibly. That would be the reason. Hang on a minute. Right. Does this make a difference? Can you hear me now? I imagine it probably does. All right, let me just try and disconnect something here. Can you hear me now, folks? I'll put you back in here so I can see the screen. There you go. Sorry. Bloody earbuds. I took them off, but I didn't turn them off. Shit, so I've been talking for 20 minutes and nobody's heard anything. All right. Quick précis. Left Adelaide, got to Tailem Bend last night. There was a drag race meeting happening at Tailem Bend last night, a top fuel drag race meeting. So all the big people were there. And as it turns out, I used to do a bit of TV for drag racing years ago, and radio for that matter. And I know quite a lot of the TV people that are involved. So I thought, oh, I'll go over and have a look. Well, turns out that the Dragway meeting was the first big meeting that they've ever had. The Dragway's only just been finished. It's a spectacular facility. It's right beside the Western Highway as you're heading to or from Adelaide. And they have an amazing fan and suction system. So when these big cars, like these top fuel dragsters do burnouts, they put out a hell of a lot of tyre smoke. Well, it's not appropriate for that tyre smoke to escape the facility and particularly go over the Western Highway where trucks are going down there at 110 kilometres an hour because it's very thick smoke, makes a mess. So they've got this amazing extraction system on the start line that sucks away all the smoke. Brilliant stuff. It's a very, very sexy facility, but that's what you'd expect with it being brand new. Anyway, rolled in there, ran into Wade Oranger because I thought, I'll go over and see if anybody I know is around. The gates were already open and like the event was basically finished. And bugger me dead, ran straight into Wade Oranger as he's walking out. So good to catch up with Wade. We haven't seen each other in a few years. We used to do a lot of motorsport events together. And yeah, it was pretty cool to catch up with him. Here's some of the things you get to play with on the roads out here. So I ran across one of these earlier this morning out on the Western Highway. Now that is a tractor. Bloody hell, oversized is the word, all right. So where am I? I'm in Horsham. Managed to get to Horsham. So I'll start the whole story again with sound now. So I left Tailem Bend this morning. running LPG. I filled up on LPG yesterday at Tailem Bend, took 218 litres. Now that was a fill up from, basically I filled it in Gawler, and we ran gas Gawler to, through Adelaide, down to Victor Harbour, back from Victor Harbour, through all the hills, back into Adelaide, in and around Adelaide City, stop, start, twice, out to the event location twice, stop, start, and then leaving the event back through Adelaide, stop, start, and then the climb out of Adelaide, out the Adelaide Hills. I didn't expect to get better than 300 Ks out of the tank. I really didn't expect to get much better than that. Well, turned out I didn't have to flick over to petrol at all. I made it to Tailem Bend, which is another hour and a bit up the road, 120 Ks up the road. I wound up still having room, or still having gas in the tank, but I filled up at Tailem Bend. It took 218 litres, so I wasn't far off empty, and I had done about 450 odd Ks. So that's close on 70 better than I've done previously, and when I look at the terrain that I've been driving that over for the last week, I am staggered. So I filled it up. I've been running LPG this morning. I've run about 350 Ks already this morning or today, and I've got 2 dots left on my gauge. The red dot, when it comes up, if you're an LPG user, you'll know that means you should probably go and fill it. My red dot leaves me with probably 40 or 50 kilos of gas left in there, or litres of gas left in there. And I can go a fair distance on that, as it turns out. So I was going to go and fuel up. I was having that argument here before when you couldn't hear me. I was going to go and fuel up back here, but I don't think I'll bother. I'm going to run this tank dry and just see exactly what we get out of it. I'm going to leave Horsham shortly. I'm just waiting for the son of a friend of mine who passed away a while ago. I'm looking forward to catching up with his young boy and his son. My mate's grandson. So I'm looking forward to doing that shortly. And I'll spend a little bit of time with them, and then I'm going to shoot over to Rupanyup. Now, people will remember the name Rupanyup if you don't know the town. I talked about it last week when we were at Lockington. We were blown away by the Lockington Community Pub, and Rup is in basically the same boat, except they don't have a community pub. They've got a pub, but it's shut. It's been shut for years, years and years and years. And Rup is a little town, similar size in Lockington from what I recall. It was about 400 people when I was there. I can't imagine it's grown much. But it was a central point for other farming communities in that area. Lalat Plains, Rup South, Rup North. People used to come in all the time. The pub, as it is in country areas, is the centre of the community, not just for going and having a beer, but for meetings and everything else. Well, the Rup pub's been closed for years and years and years. It was reopened just prior to COVID after a huge drive to try and find some owners to take it on. And they did find a couple to take it on. Unfortunately, COVID came and that, made it unviable, untenable. So pub closed again. Now, I believe the pub is currently owned by someone. Whether or not they're actually interested in selling it or what they could sell it for, nothing like that has come together. But I'm very keen to go over and have a look. And of course, Rupanyup is known for the silo art. So if you've been on the silo art trail, odds are you've had a look at Rup. I think Rupanyup was one of the first, if not the first, silos to be painted from memory. I'll go over and find that out for sure. And hopefully I'll get there in enough daylight tonight so that we can do the show with the silos in the background. I wouldn't mind that. So show tonight at 6:30. That's 6:30 Victorian time. I'm going to have special guest Tim Dwyer with me for tonight. Now, Tim, of course, showed up yesterday at the My Place event in Adelaide. We had a great day there. A heap of people turned up from all the My Places around Adelaide. Noarlunga, Port Adelaide, northern suburbs. Oh, God, there were so many. Mount Barker. It was great to have you all there, and so good to see the enthusiasm for what's coming up with My Place, and we're going to keep spreading that message big time. So look forward to having you maybe in Melton with us on Wednesday night for the My Place Melton gig. That's happening at Melton Valley Way. I think it's number 4 of 21. Melton Valley Way. It's Vic Organics. Go and check that out, and you can check that out on the Unity page. They'll give you all the details for My Place. Vic West is what it's called there. And that's Wednesday night in Melton, and we will have the lovely Beck from Truth Seekers as part of all that too. Then Friday night, if you've got nothing better to do and you don't mind a trip to Frankston, why don't you come down? It's going to be a huge celebration. 2 years worth of My Place happening at My Place Frankston. Look, bloody flies, and I'm bashing myself with my headphones. So come down to that. My Place Frankston, absolutely huge night. 4 bands. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be markets. There's going to be stalls. There's going to be people. And there will be the Voice of Freedom doing a live show. So come along, be part of it. We're really not going to be a normal live show. We're just going to basically show everybody what's going on. But My Place is making a big name for itself, folks. If you haven't got one in your town, then come and inquire with us, vofhq.com, or go to myplaceaustralia.org and start looking it up for yourself. It's a very important thing. All right, I'm going to get going. The young bloke should be here shortly, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with him, and then I'll shoot over to Rup. It's only about half an hour from here. So I'll set up and we'll have a show from the silos tonight with Tim Dwyer. And I can tell you, it's not one you want to miss tonight. Tim Dwyer and I have been talking a lot since I've got to South Australia, and we are both of the same opinion, and we'll tell you what that opinion is tonight. All right, look forward to seeing you then.